Alright, are we live yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Loading and going live.
Awesome.
Are you guys together?
No, we are we are in total separate places. I'm actually out of the DC area. I'm Seon, by the way.
Super
Nice to meet you.
Comboman.
What is it? What's your name?
Seon?
Seon? Okay.
Yep.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Seizui, and I will be streaming an awesome game called Super Comboman Struggles Adventure. And I have a special guest for you all. I can't. And I have a special guest for you all. This is Justin Woodward, the creator of Super Comboman.
What's happening? They call me ICJ. Oops, they call me ICJ. I'm not used to holding buttons as I talk, like walkie-talkie status.
So,
I'm just joining in everybody to make sure that things go smoothly.
yep, so we're going to begin with the game of Struggles Adventures.
Are you guys online? I don't see the channel. Do I need to refresh?
Hold on.
We may have to refresh.
Yeah, it just might need to refresh. It showed up for me after I did that.
Alright, refreshed. I think it's like, it looks like it's... Oh, you guys put Sanctuary Crew on the top?
Well, I was fiddling around with this for a while, and, well, actually, let me try and do it with this. Let's see. Let's do this. This is the best
Yeah,
it's
like-
gonna look.
Weird delay or something.
Yeah, that's unfortunately a little weirdness with Twitch.
Yep, Twitch intentionally set it that way.
Okay, cool. I'll mute the sound on Twitch.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just a side effect of what they did. My guess is it was too. I've heard all kinds of reasonings for it.
Alright, now. This is pretty much as good as it's gonna get.
I mean, it looks clean to me.
It. I like that map screen.
Cool.
I like how it's like a cartoon. Oh! That was supposed to happen.
What happened?
I accidentally skipped it.
Ah, you fool.
Clowning. It's all good.
Hold on, let me see. I wanna actually see this thing.
Now, how long were you guys developing this for?
It's been off and on development for around since 2011, so 3 years.
Oh,
But,
wow.
You know, it's with any kind of development, especially with what we're doing and the funding situation and all that, it's definitely been kind of an off and on passion project, you know, as far as the team is concerned.
Right.
So honestly, it's probably around 2 years full time, or a year and a half of development.
And then, were you guys inspired by any other particular games when you came up with this, or was it kind of just, hey, I have an idea, and it kind of grew from there?
Well, the idea was to create a brawler that's a little deep in the average brawler, that incorporates combat from fighting game mechanics, as well as, you know, traditional side-scrolling beat-em-ups. Because we couldn't find any on the market, and we're really into fighting games, so that's basically where it came from.
Yeah, and you can I kind of gathered that too from seeing like the combo menu and messing around with things myself. Were there any particular fighting games that you guys were going to emulate with the combat, or was it just more of a general thing of like, oh, we really like Street Fighter, but we also really like Guilty Gear, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's a combination. I'm a really big fan of every fighting game, to be honest with you. So we kind of took like some ideas from some like Guilty Gear, Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, some things from Tekken, you know. So there's just various influences there.
And you know, also the fact that I noticed you guys went with obviously a more of a sprite-based look. Who did you get to do all the character designs? Because it's very impressive. I like it. It's a pretty distinctive style.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, well, so I mean, it was kind of a culmination of things. So I'm an artist. We had some really talented animators and artists as well. Chris and Evan and a couple other artists, Joseph. They came up. I'm the creative director, so to speak, and we would come up with different designs, and we would go over how things should look, and then we would, you know, kind of finalize. I would sketch something out, someone else would sketch something out until we found a fine middle ground, or something that just kind of worked for the designs of the characters and stuff.
Awesome. I mean, it definitely shows in the animations and just the character designs themselves that you guys definitely were looking to get a distinct style going through, which is why I was curious about that. I mean, yeah, I'm really impressed.
Yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of time on the artwork. I think that really shines. It's interesting because, you know, it is a small team, but people do think that it's from a larger team, or that it, you know, like, we're working with Adult Swim, so we had this unlimited cash source. But, you know, a lot of this stuff was just love for, you know, the art and trying to make things pop, you know?
Definitely. And how did the partnership with Adult Swim come about? Was that something that they approached you, or you approached them, or did it just kind of suddenly one day you were getting a call? Or?
Well, we were approaching a few different publishers and talking to them, and things were moving forward. And then we actually talked to them a year before we signed with them, and they just started up their approach towards Steam, and they said, oh, your game looks like it would fit, you know, the art style and the silliness of it, and let's, you know, talk and figure out how we can move forward. So that was kind of how things started. And then a year later, right around, you know, we were finishing up the deal and things like that, and we went to PAX, and that's basically how it came together. But, you know, it's like anything, we started a talking relationship and figured things out that way, and then it just moved on from there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I think everybody who kind of follows us and who has been following games lately has noticed that, like, it's kind of the era of the rise of the indie developer, and you start to hear all these stories of, like, these passion projects starting to get picked up by companies that maybe are a little bigger or maybe want to start breaking into that space. So it's definitely cool to see more of that stuff starting to come out and kind of see the light of day.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge because, you know, as publishers, you know, working with indie teams and then even talking to traditional publishers, um, it's new ground, stomping ground for everyone. So they have to be inventive on how they're pushing marketing. They don't always have, you know, these smaller publishers like Adult Swim and stuff don't have a lot of resources, so it's a lot of grit and grind on their end too to kind of figure out how things are working in the space. And it's just it's new territory, you know, because there's no Bible or guide to how this stuff works, unlike, you know, the AAA console business where you can, you know, put a lot of money into marketing and hit your target audience and expect a specific payout, you know, some specific amount of sales and things like that.
Right. I would say probably on some instances that makes it a little more lenient. On others, you have to make sure that, you know, you've got something that's going to appeal to people.
Yeah, exactly. And just from our launch, you know, the launch went pretty well, but it's still kind of like we're working on finding our community. And because when people play the game, or people look at the game, right, and they see the art style and they think it's really playful, and then they see that, they think that it's a button masher, when actually you have to, there's a lot of mechanics that come into play that make it a deeper game, and people maybe get discouraged and things like that. So trying to find a way to establish a fan base and a core community, that's something that, you know, we're working on figuring out as a part of that process.
Oh, definitely. I imagine that's a trial for anyone who's coming out with something that maybe doesn't fit into a specific niche. But I mean, just from what I've managed to do with the game and what I see Danny doing here, I'm definitely impressed, and I look forward to seeing if you got. I'm looking forward to seeing if this game, you know, picks up steam, and I imagine it will. And what else you guys can bring in? So this is just very impressive. I'm liking what I see.
Oh, cool. Well, if you dig it, definitely hit up the Steam forums and, you know, write a recommendation. That's kind of what we're looking for now, is to work with, you know, people who dig the game and who get it. You guys definitely get it. It's right now it's kind of polarizing because of what I said. You know, people are looking into the game and be like, okay, this is Shank or Guacamelee, and let's just push buttons. You know what I mean? You have to, yeah. So I mean, it's cool, and it's very interesting just to see the different experiences. Like when we were at Evo, like people pick it up really quickly because it's a fighting game, you know, fighting game community. They get it. Then we're seeing Let's Plays and people don't quite understand it, but then later on when they practice, it makes sense.
Right. And I think that it's, personally, this is me talking here. I think that that games that don't necessarily hold your hand but kind of give you the tools and let you experiment are definitely more interesting, and to see meldings of genres that actually works is definitely something that I look for in a game.
Oh, cool, because that's exactly what we were, you know, going for. Is it's really a sandbox of you creating your own combos, because there's so many, like you have every direction you use an attack button, it does something different, you know, with the smash attack and the regular attack. So you can create all kinds of crazy combos, especially if you upgrade your skills and abilities and things like that, and you can actually, you know, carry combos throughout whole levels, which is pretty interesting, just juggling dead enemies, breaking stuff as you go along to keep your combos up. And it's basically a playground for you to explore how you're going to use your abilities and come up with the coolest combos.
And speaking of, since I finally got the codes, we're going to give out a couple codes for the game for anyone who's interested to try them out. So let me start.
Is the chat working? Who's in the chat?
Hold on, let me see here. It's saying we've got...
Yeah, let's test for life here.
Yeah, hold on, let's see. Chat, are you alive out there?
Let's see, what do I want to get? Nope.
I've got the viewer list telling me one number, but I'm seeing another number on the viewers. Hold on, let me refresh here.
Really? Is that the only thing I can buy?
Awesome.
Fine.
All right, I'm gonna wait a little bit on the code give out then, because I'm gonna try and keep the hype train going on Twitter.
Awesome.
Alright, I jumped on actual Twitch because I was looking at it on your site. I couldn't see any numbers in the chat.
Oh yeah, the site embed can be a little wonky sometimes.
That's cool.
All right, hold on.
Let me tweet out too. I'll retweet it.
Hey!
Just let me know when you tweet. I'll retweet.
Yep, I'm tweeting now.
You guys have a lot of people on your team.
Yeah, we do. We do have quite a few people.
We're popular.
All right, so tweet just went out.
Did you mention us on the tweet?
Yes, it did.
Okay, let me see it. I think it's like there's some latency.
Yeah, sometimes Twitter likes to.
Awesome.
There we go.
Alright, I got it.
Amazing.
I love the cartoony vibe. This is almost like a TV show.
Oh, thanks. That's kind of what we're going for.
Yeah, only thing missing or only thing that would be missing are actual voice actors.
We didn't want voice actors because we wanted people to kind of create what their voices would be like in their own head.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot better too in the long run because I actually kind of had in my mind the little brother's voice.
Oh yeah, yeah. We actually had someone. His name's Noah Scranton, and he wanted to do all the voiceovers, and he did some tests, but we decided not to go with voice actors just because we didn't want to. We wanted people to use their imagination.
Okay. Noah, as in the Marvel Nova, or someone else? I mean Noah.
Noah, like the guy, one of the guys who did a lot of the voices for the enemies getting punched in the face.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, in my mind, when you mentioned Noah, I was thinking to the Prodigy.
Oh no.
So you guys actually brought a. Did you guys bring the final build of this to Evo with you, or was it just a test build?
Sweet.
So, when I went to Evo, that was when the game actually came out.
Oh, okay.
We also released a patch last Monday, and we have another patch coming out this Monday for balancing.
Ah, all right. Yeah, I must have when I got it, it must have been after the initial patch. But so I'll be looking forward to another balance. So you're saying there'll be another balancing patch this tomorrow, actually?
Oh, actually, it should be on Tuesday. So
Okay.
we've had some. There was some input lag for the special abilities, and we're fine-tuning that based on the feedback of the players. We're also balancing out enemies because there was, like in Marvel, I don't know, are you a big fighting game fan?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so like in Marvel and other games, high priority attacks, we had a rock, paper, scissors mechanic in the game for attacks. So light attacks would get would be lower priority than heavy attacks, and enemies had armor on their heavy attacks, so we reduced some of that armor because it was becoming very frustrating for players, you know, trying to fight enemies and understanding that type of mechanic.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's because I'm actually a big Blaze Blue player, and Taker with that armor, man.
Yeah, it gets crazy. So like all the enemies, like when you get to the first boss has he has armor on all of his attacks.
Oh god.
And you basically have to parry. So that's a huge part of the game mechanic. You can block, but like in Smash Brothers, when you block, your bubble gets decreased in size, and then you have to let it reset. So parrying is the best way to make sure that you don't get hit. And armored attacks, you basically have to parry them for time when while they're cooling down.
Ah, okay. So definitely, again, it's again like what you were saying. You guys were definitely inspired by fighting games, so those mechanics are going to be part and parcel to learning how to use properly. You can't just, like you were saying, you can't just try and brute force your way through it necessarily.
Yeah, it definitely isn't even though the game looks colorful, like I was saying, and fun, it's definitely, you can get smashed really quickly if you don't look at how the enemies are attacking you, the timing, figure out when you're going to attack, and then utilizing some of the special moves that you purchase in the store, and there's all kinds of cool things you could do. You definitely want to do ground bounces, you definitely want to launch and use some of the attacks that you have to push enemies away so you don't get cornered or double teamed. You know what I mean? So you have to think about each situation.
Right. And when you were in the planning stages of the game, were you considering also the possibility of additional playable characters, or was it always kind of just the one character, but because you can purchase all the abilities, that would make it so that everyone can kind of make the main character play how they want?
Well, yeah, so we actually started the game as a multiplayer game, and we had other characters involved, and then it just comes to resources and being a small team. We spent a lot of time on the aspect of making the artwork look as clean as possible and extremely polished, and just for the main character struggles alone, he has over 400 frames of animation. So trying to duplicate that within with other playable characters is just a challenge because we didn't have a lot of money. So it just came to that, to try to finally get the game out. We had to just figure a different way to do it. Now we still have the ability within the code to have other playable characters. So that could be something once we build our community, but that's something that we have to do too. We have to figure out how we're going to expand our community, get more people purchasing the game, get more people playing the game and talking about the game and doing really cool combos on Twitch and things like that.
Definitely. But I mean, the fact that you've still got it in there as an option is really something I would be curious to look forward to see like how you change it. But even so, the fact that it's obvious just from what I'm seeing that you've polished up, you know, the main character to be so kind of customizable for your own purposes that, you know what, sometimes that's what you need to do. You keep getting something you really want.
Yeah, so when we play as a team, when we're messing around with the gameplay mechanics, all of us play the game differently. Everyone plays the game differently because there's so many different things you can do. You know, like I would jump up and I would launch an enemy, ground smash the enemy, bounce them back up, and then do a special move. Whereas someone else would just, you know, combo the enemy and then do a drop kick smash and use them as weapons to smash them through a wall or hit them against other enemies. Because if you hit the other enemies against each other, they get instantly stunned. So like, there's just so many different ways to play the game, and when you use your abilities, it comes up. You know, you come up with different creative ways to attack the situation.
Definitely. No, I mean, so I'm assuming now that the way that you fight is based off of like your fighter of choice. Which what would be your fighter of choice then? Because that's obvious. That's how it's. That's what's informing the way you said that, like you would do the ground smash and kind of juggle in that way.
So I mean, I'm a big Tekken fan, and I wouldn't say this game is like real like Tekken that much because there's a lot of dial-up combos and type of things like that. But
right,
like I like ground smashing and launching them up there. So who's playing right now?
Seizui is playing.
I am.
Okay. So when you see the enemies. When the enemies are on the ground, you can launch them back up and use them as weapons, or boot them across the screen. Or you could press down smash and smash them while they're on the ground. Because I've noticed that you're just sitting there waiting for them to get back up. So in that case, like with the Tekken mechanic, if you play Tekken, there's ways to relaunch enemies while they're on the ground to keep your combo flowing. So that's kind of like that's how I like to do things. And other people, you know, like to do it a different way.
And then I'm noticing also that, like, with the level design, you've got you know, fairly decently sized levels. Was it one thing that you wanted to have where, you know, levels were explorable and, you know, someone could just blitz through it, or you would also have like those little alcoves that, like, if you were kind of careful enough, you could find them?
You mean like hidden areas?
Yeah, like hidden areas. I'm noticing that, like, you've made the maps fairly explorable. It's not like there's just like you've got the one way to, you know, towards the exit, but you still looks like you've got like branching areas where you can kind of like find those secrets. And were like you guys intending to have like a lot of areas like that, or at least enough to, you know, kind of incentivize stage exploration?
Yeah, there's definitely stage exploration. This area is pretty much just the training area where you're learning the basic mechanics. But once you get into it, there's like some of them have different paths. There's a lot of hidden areas. We have a sticker book because of the sticker theme. You collect stickers along the way, and they're hidden throughout the levels. There's like hidden parts throughout the levels. I don't know if you found those. And if you find those hidden parts, then you actually get a platinum coin, which allows you to purchase more things in the store. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that we worked into the game. We didn't make it a Metroidvania. Guacamelee already did that. Plus, it's like really time consuming. We wanted to try something different. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying not to name drop too many other games. But I would say, I guess, a little closer to how Shovel Knight does it, where, you know, you've got a stage, but you can explore within the parameters of that stage to a certain extent. Just like a couple secret areas, not like
Task
the whole game
complete.
is, hey, you're around this giant interconnected map and who knows what you'll stumble across.
Yeah, exactly. It's you have a stage, and then within that you could find all kinds of stuff. You know, there's a lot of like, it's focused around breaking walls and smashing things through walls and stuff like that.
Oh yes, to backtrack on someone's comment earlier, no, Reese is not in this one.
Hey, we all know if you could get him into every game, you would.
I love you guys. Let's see, head to the sticker shop.
That's another thing that we actually balance too, is some of the ways that you purchase your moves and how your abilities work. Like some of them have been buffed, things like that.
Could you give us like some examples of like what you're thinking with that?
Well, I'm trying to think. There's specific moves like the fireball, the spinning lariat, the pile driver, that were a little more difficult to pull off just because of their timing. We reduced the amount of timing. We reduced the dead zone in the controller, so they're easier to pull off. And we made some of them a little more effective as far as getting rid of enemies and things like that.
All right.
I think looking at the Twitch community and looking at Let's Plays, we had to see how people play the game, their frustrations, and how to make the game more fun. And that's what we've been tailoring it to fit, how people are understanding the mechanics.
No, there's nothing I can buy yet. That is. You can burn, Hawk. He said I'm the mid-boss of Sanctuary Crew itself.
Task start.
Better push them buttons, Danny.
That dude's trying to get you, dude.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's where.
Spectacular.
So, like, certain moves actually have invincibility frames. So, if you do the air smash, you can absorb an attack.
Looks like Danny's learning the parry.
Nice.
Hand parry, okay?
It looks like you're trying to parry, but you're like dashing. You're spamming forward.
Ground smash.
Two-piece and a
Yeah, so
biscuit.
try to juggle when they're on the ground like that. Try to juggle them. The up and regular attack.
Okay, let's try it again.
Fantastic.
Oh, come on, Jar. Be a little more sportive of him, man.
Is Char on your team?
Yeah, he's one of he mostly plays Kerbal.
Sir, I'm gonna stomp you to the ground, okay?
He plays what? What's
Kerbal Space Program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got a bunch of us play like all different kinds of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Sanctuary Crew is pretty much a very diverse streaming group.
Yes, the only thing that unites us is our love of games, not necessarily each other.
You got the wall jumping down pretty good.
Yeah.
Now you trying to show off.
Well, he has to show off where he can, right?
Ow! You... Oh, come on!
Danny's throwing hammers at you.
You can parry those hammers. Yes, he smashed it. Nice.
There you go.
Scrubtacular.
Something weird happened?
Shockwave crashed, so the screen went poof for a moment.
Looks good on my end.
Yep, now it's back. It's looking good.
Oh, nice. So you're figuring out you're ground smashing them now. Cool. Yeah, those purple guys are dirty. You gotta dispense of those dudes. Oh, nice.
Scrubtacular.
There we go. Let's see what we get.
And you can also move the boxes around since everything's physics based. If you want to place things in a place where you want to jump up, and if you want to, yeah, just save some of those power boxes for later.
Okay.
So there's there's different strategies there too. Like say something's coming up, it's going to be a difficult area. All those boxes contain fruit, so you want to make sure to save some of those boxes or move them around to where you strategically want them placed.
Oh, come on!
Start to
No!
ground smash him a little more.
Oh, wow.
Scrubtacular.
I believe in you, Danny. I believe.
Scrubtacular.
No!
You had me scared for a minute, that purple dude.
Oh, come on!
Oh, wow.
Doink.
Get the box, man. What are you doing?
Brute forcing!
No, Danny, don't. Don't go to brute force. You gotta. Ow.
Fantastic. Scrub-tacular.
You could spam that too, that juggle.
Oh, nice.
So if you need to, I got hooked up there, hilarious. Now that's smart. You can
Scrub-tacular.
box them in. That's pretty smart,
Oh,
dude.
there you go.
Piece and a biscuit.
They're gonna break through soon, though.
Yeah, that's cool. I've never used that technique before.
Gotta keep up the pressure, Danny.
Can other people hear us on the stream?
They should be able to.
Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't sure. They're definitely flow to the game. You have the dive kick, right? That's the first. Have you used that yet?
Oh, now I just did.
Nice.
Alright, so there's one trial done.
Yeah, try to use your dive kick. They'll get knocked out instantly, or not. They won't die. They'll get stunned.
Fantastic.
What?
Okay, let's see. Let's see.
No, not Little Mac lookalike.
That's actually one of our Kickstarter backers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of our Kickstarter backers got punched in the face.
Nice.
Fantastic. Scrub-tacular. Piece and a biscuit.
Knocked him out cold.
Fantastic.
What?
Fantastic. Scrub-tacular. Piece and a biscuit.
I think you missed the switch.
Nope, that's on the other side. Oh, shit.
You're starting to get up there on the hit strings.
If you get a 30 hit string, then you get your first perk.
Oh. You have a challenge now, Danny.
So it's similar to like Call of Duty where your perk gives you something. So the first one that you purchased in the tutorial is it's an armor up. So you have to defense up. So if you see that little icon that looks like a shield that's grayed out right now, that will flash, and then you'll have more defense. When you buy another perk, it's 60, a 60 hit combo, then you get your second perk will light up, and you'll have 2 perks going on at once, which helps you get more combos and get
Oh God!
strength.
Got it.
Oh, good. One more hit, I'm dead. Not good.
No, what are you doing?
Fantastic.
He's waiting for you, Danny.
Scrubtacular. 2-piece and a biscuit.
Wow. And you got rid of him quick that time. Yeah, you're leveling up your combos.
Scrubtacular.
You said I'm leveling up my combos?
Yeah, I mean, you're just learning how to, you're creating your own style. I can see that. Also, like, yeah, so when you have your combos up, when you hit breakables or buttons, it keeps your combo up. It won't increase your combo, but it will allow you to sustain it. So as you're moving along, beating up enemies, try to find breakables to hit so you maintain your combo. And that's where you want to like try to figure out how to move boxes around to keep the combo going. So hit the box. There you go. So you're still at 17. You're probably hearing me like hella late though.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, but I mean you get the gist of it.
Yes, I got a perk.
Nice. So juggle the dead enemy.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yes.
It went out. Yeah, so when you see an enemy dead, press up and regular attack to keep him juggling. So you can keep that sustaining your combo.
Scrubtacular.
Almost. That was nice though.
2-piece and a biscuit.
Also, the higher your combos go, the more coins you get.
No!
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, as Firehawk, one kind of our the founder of Sanctuary goes, he's even saying there's like about an 18-second delay to Twitch now. Unfortunately, kind of just become a fact of life at this point for us.
Task start. Fantastic. Scrubtacular. Two-piece and a biscuit. Smizzle.
That makes sense.
No! Damn you!
Fantastic.
Mr. Woodward. What I don't know what you're talking about, as you said earlier.
He was saying that Danny will play your game. We never said he would play it good.
I'm gonna.
It's kind of brutal. Like I think that those are some of the things that we're balancing out, like the checkpoints. Also, it's easier to get in the next pass. It'll be easier to get one up. So it's not as frustrating because you're starting over. I mean, as you continue though, I mean, if you like these type of glitch fighting games where you're trying to create your own combos, I mean, it's cool because you get to see how you're leveling up in progression, just as your skills are getting better. Like I could see that he's getting better already in busting combos and figuring out how the trajectory of it. Except he just died.
Get any better? Oh,
Smizzle.
it happened. But I mean, with the way people talk about they're tired of games handholding, it's surprising to hear that people are complaining that the game is too hard. What do you think about that?
Well, I think the thing is, and which I mean, this is any developer's kind of not worry, but what they have to balance or think about is who their audience is, and then how we teach the mechanics. And there's a lot of deep mechanics within this game that we didn't outright teach. You gotta kind of figure out yourself, such as like the armor. Like I could see he's getting killed because some of the enemies have armor and he's trying to wail on them with regular attacks. But you have to kind of figure out which enemies, what attacks that the enemies have armor. So for the little yellow guys, when they do a combo, their third attack has armor on it, and their down smash has armor on it, and you can't use your regular attack because it absorbs that regular attack and you'll get hit and knocked down. So those type of things that we didn't necessarily properly explain, it's something you just kind of figure out and then think about it. And people who are into hardcore games and don't want hand-holding, they will understand like that the game has depth to it, and it takes trial and error to kind of figure those aspects of it out. But people who don't get that and just want to button mash and think it's one of these other games, like I said, they won't necessarily appreciate that and will get frustrated because it's not something that's apparent right away.
Right. And I mean, even sometimes, I know plenty of veteran players who, you can tell them all day, oh, don't just cut mash buttons on a game that maybe it's like their first time playing, and they'll even tell me, why am I mashing buttons? But we all fall into that crap sometimes, I think, on an initial, what am I doing with this?
I got my perk! My perk!
Hilarious. That's hilarious. This is not a potato. But yeah, for sure, like, I think, but, also, it's like, it's a two-way street. It's like, it's our job to make sure that the players understand how the game works too. So, conveying that, like Psycho Hero says, it is the developer's dilemma. And we've been working on the game so long, we add all these extra mechanics to the game, and then we just assume, since we play the game so much, that people will just get it. And some of it, I mean, it's kind of like an Easter egg. Like, you find cool stuff that you can actually do within the game that you didn't realize until later. It adds to the metagame of the actual game itself. So, like if you play Tekken at a high level, there's certain things and mechanics that you don't utilize until later on when you have the ability to actually do that. Now, I'm not saying our game is extremely deep like that, but that's just kind of how the game works,
Definitely. Would you mind taking any questions from viewers we do have in the chat right now?
Yeah, for sure. Should I say them here, or should I type them, or both? Or answer them?
Answer them here, and I'll try and grab questions if I see a few missing. So yeah, if anyone's got any questions in the chat, please, you know, yeah, you might want to switch that around. If anybody's got any questions, please feel free to ask. I don't want to be the only one asking questions here.
Hello, Seizui. I came here to laugh at you.
Oh no.
Fantastic.
There's not really a focus attack mechanic. We actually thought about that. There's a charge move which actually kind of it kind of acts like a focus attack, which you purchase in the store. What it does though is it just unleashes. If you hold it, like in Street Fighter, it releases. The longer you hold it, and it has 3 levels, it will send the enemies flying back with more force and give more damage to the enemy. So that's the focus thing, but it doesn't absorb attack.
Scrubtacular.
And Hitsy Guy has a question, which is, how remappable are the controls? I have a few friends who have a normal joystick on PC.
What do you mean by a normal, like a normal joystick? I guess. Are you talking about like you trying to use a flight? A flight stick?
I know. Why would you? I hope not a flight stick.
Hey, you never know. Like someone was mad at us on Steam because their driving, what is it called? Their driver's wheel didn't work with the game. I'm like, wait, what?
Wow.
Anyway. Well, we have, it works for Xbox 360. It was, it was originally, we focused on using the Xbox 360 pad. That works fine.
So, X input, in other words.
People are using PlayStation 4 controllers. People are using PlayStation 3 controllers. So any pad should work. You can remap the controls. The next patch that's coming out in the next couple of days, will have better input controls. You can remap for the keyboard if you want. While testing it, a lot of us use 360 controllers. I personally use the keyboard. Things came out fine. We refined the rolling motion for the input, so Dragon Balls. Not Dragon Balls. What am I talking about? So like fireballs and the uppercut, like the Dragon Punch type of motions come out a lot smoother. So yeah. We're refining that, so as soon as you guys like say, oh, this isn't working, or can you support this, we're working out those things. So if you guys have something and there's a demand for it, we'll make sure to accommodate you. But for the most part, most controllers work. They can be reconfigured, for sure.
Yeah, I will admit, I was trying to use the PlayStation 4 controller earlier. It didn't work. It worked except for the fact that the right button kept moving on its own. No, the left button was moving on its own.
Huh.
Well, let me ask this. Does this use direct input, X input, either or? For its gamepad reading, I mean.
I'm not exactly sure. I have to ask the programmer that.
I gotcha. Just kind of curious about that on the technical aspect. What actually does the input handling? I would assume X input for the Xbox 360 controllers, but...
Well, we're using Unity, so there's different configurations that we have set up within Unity that automatically take precedence over, whatever
this is
you
made
have.
using Unity? Neat. Didn't they make a special 2D version of Unity at some point? Is that what this is running on, or is it just standard Unity?
Well, we're actually using a old ass version of Unity, so like
I'm even more impressed then, because I've seen so many.
We created this game before they even had any kind of 2D stuff. So if you can notice while you're playing the game, you can kind of notice everything is physics-based. Where now in their new Unity, it's not all physics-based. So you can, when you're jumping and you're on the edge of boxes, you'll slide down, you may get hit and you'll slide back. Like there's different things that you can feel in the game. Like you see the boxes it's all independent. So we're using a lot of physics where with our next game, it makes things interesting, right? Because things are unpredictable. But in our next game, we're probably going to use something or tweak it so it's more predictable. Like it's like not Mario, but like everything is standard. Jumps are standard. They have unit size and things like that. So things aren't necessarily as unpredictable, if that makes any sense.
Oh,
but
yeah, that's the dilemma of 2D physics in general. You can never really quite predict what they're going to do. They might do something one way, they might do something the other way the next time. As much as I hate to quote David Goldblum, that's chaos.
Yeah. Well, hilarious. We got a couple other questions, but anyways, on a serious note, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm like taking over your show. What the hell?
Oh, no. This is your
man.
show, man. So go right ahead.
You're the special guest here.
Okay. Anyways, on a serious note, what made you choose this art style? It's a bit quirky, I guess, with the white borders. I like it. That's Char093. Is that one of you guys?
Yeah, that's Char. He's one of our regulars. He's not in the server right now, though. But yeah, I mean, looks like it's got a sticker thing going for it. Kind of like how I saw there was like a sticker book earlier, and that seems to be the overall look you guys were going for, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so we, and also the Facil Battalion controller works perfectly with this game, so yeah, go ahead and whip those out.
I want to see that.
All 10 of you guys who have Facil Battalion controllers, yeah, that works.
What about Connect?
Oh, God.
I'd be one of the to play a game like this on Connect. Oh my God.
PlayStation move.
Ridiculous, dude. No, so as far as the sticker theme, like we had all this like grand ideas. When we first started the game, I was working on my master's degree, and we were figuring out different ways to market the game and different aesthetics that we liked. And I can't remember what the company was called, but when I was little, they used to have these things called, what is it called? Something. It doesn't even matter. They had these things where they were vinyl stickers. They had like Ninja Turtles, they had He-Man, and it came in a box.
Shrinky Dinks, perhaps?
I don't think it's Shrinky Dinks. That sounds great.
Warning, puns are imminent.
The puns are very intimate.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called, but there are these vinyl stickers that came in the box, and when you flip the box over, they had like a theme. Like in the Ninja Turtles, when you flipped it over, it was the sewer, and you could peel these stickers on and then peel them off, and you create different scenarios, like you're fighting the enemies together.
Color Forms is the name I'm being informed of in the chat.
Color Forms for sure. And so that was because I love those things, and that was the main idea, and we wanted to do so many things with it. I mean, when you're an indie developer, you have these delusions of grandeur. You know what I mean? It's like you want to do all of this stuff, and it's like, we wanted to do. We first designed the game for a contest, and with Nexon. So what we wanted to do was we wanted to have it so we have all these different characters, we have these different abilities, and you can go to Target and you get cards, and the cards would have basically these stickers, and when behind the sticker there would be a code. So then, within the game, the characters would peel on and all of these different things, get these new abilities, do the codes, but it ended up not working out that way. Like, our team was small, we had this huge scope of what we wanted to do, so we just decided, we already had all the art and stuff, so we decided to continue with this theme. And with the sticker theme, and there's a lot more things that we wanted to do when we were talking to Sony and stuff like that about having things peel on and you peeling on different platforms and stuff like that, but it didn't quite work out that way, but we still like the sticker theme and we stuck with it. So that's how we came up with that.
It's a neat distinctive look, so I like it. It's not something I've really seen in this kind of game before. Or 2D in general, really. I mean, the closest thing I can think of would be like Paper Mario, or it's not really the gameplay with the stickers from Smash Brothers come to mind, but that was more just a little sub-mechanic of equipping your characters in single player more than anything.
Yeah, and we like, and that, like I said, like we wanted to do way more with it, like with characters peeling on and stuff like that. That's just due to time, you know, and resources and stuff, and having a lot of different mechanics. But you know.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do now. I'm like, why is he stacking those boxes over there?
Yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a tricky jump from to make at this point, I think.
Get!
Now, did you actually go to school for game design, or was it something else and you kind of fell into game design as a hobby?
So the majority of the team went to the Art Institute.
Ah, which one?
San Diego.
Okay. I actually am a graduate of Fort Lauderdale.
That place Art Yeah, see, I heard it. Get a little
I could say that. I've heard worse about. My brother went to Jacksonville.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people are hating on it.
Yeah.
You get what you put into it. It's kind of, I don't know. It's a for-profit school. They're very predatory, so I have very mixed feelings.
Yeah, I mean, even before I went to Art Institute, I actually got my but I was just curious if you know we were classmates or something and I just didn't know about it.
Yeah, I went to Art Institute. A lot of us did, and on the team. I can't say it was all negative. I learned a lot of stuff. It was extremely expensive. Until we make a hit. I just put pay it off all
Student
at once.
loans.
Yeah, I'm gonna still pay for that crap. But I mean, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't have the same experience of like meeting people if I didn't go to school. So I don't know. But anyway, after that, I worked as a 3D artist for THQ for a very short amount of time, 3 to 4 months, and then I did a lot of 3D contract work. And although I like, modeling and things like that, I didn't like it that much. So I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So what I wanted to do was create a game company. And we did graphic design for my first company, and then it kind of went into just game development.
I mean, like you said, it's you get out of it what you put into it, and what I'm seeing here, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more stuff from your team. I mean, this is impressive stuff. And for our first release, I mean,
this is definitely on my list now.
We did make a game prior to this, and it was called Shinobi Ninja Attacks, and it was a beat 'em up too. It was released on iPhone, and it was a project for a band. Yeah, so that was kind of our first attempt at making a game, and like I said, I actually got my master's at another tech school for production and management, and that's kind of what while I was working on my thesis. I was finishing that game, and then we were working on this game. So yeah, it's kind of led.
I finally did it! Completed the task!
Congrats! You've beaten what was it, the first level?
Shut up!
Yeah, that's level number 1. You got a 50 hit combo.
He's gotten further than he has in Dark Souls.
Shut up!
Oh, that's a low blow if I ever heard one.
I'm just speaking the truth.
Now that game is
Talk
super
about his
brutal.
DuckTales run.
It's brutal, but it's a balanced brutal because you can typically learn from your mistakes, and there's usually ways around stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I love the game, and what I love about the game is similar to what I was saying about the metagame in this game. is that you have to figure out what the hell you're doing in that game because it does not show you exactly what's going on. Like, it took me so long to figure out just how spells worked, and like, it took me a minute.
Yeah, it took me forever to grasp the timing of parries, because I always figured it was like parry as the hit lands, because I'm used to that being the rules for those kind of games. You parry as you get hit. Whereas in Dark Souls, it's nope, you have to actually hit them as the swing is coming at you and have your shield physically deflect the weapon.
Yeah, it's animation based for sure, which is interesting.
What do I want to use this skill on?
Mr. Woodward, dude, just call me ICJ.
Yeah.
I see a lot of the classics are in here. We got the Lariat, we got the Pile Driver, we got the Hadoken. No, I can't call it that, can we?
Nope. We call it a copyright infringement.
There's some, like, what's it called? There's a lot of moves that are very satisfying. The Pile Driver is really satisfying because it will clear enemies out from underneath you. So like, if there's a group of enemies down there, it will stun them. Like, because you have to do it in the air. That's the only way you can do it. The Fire Uppercut is extremely satisfying because it sends enemies flying and destroys the environment as you're doing it. There's a lot of really cool stuff in there. Like the Spinning Lariat, if you got guys on both sides, that helps you clear them out. So it just depends, you know, like what you want to do. But most of the moves are pretty satisfying.
He got the Pile Driver.
I've noticed that it's really easy to get trashed if you end up with an enemy on either side of you.
Well, there's different ways to get around that. Like, if you could parry both ways. Like, you can go parry, 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 it's definitely difficult, the timing. Also, if you do a back smash, if you press back and smash at the same time, that move is invincible. So you can parry and then back smash and absorb that hit. So there's definitely ways to get out of that. Also, you just want to kind of figure out your surroundings and make sure that you're not in that situation. I mean, I guess that's a little obvious, but you know when guys are coming at you. Also, if you gut punch, which is down an attack, it will push the enemies. It has a lot of force. It doesn't have a lot of damage, but it has a lot of force. So if you press down and punch, it's a gut punch, and it'll send the enemies way back so you don't get stuck in that situation. Because you could see that the enemies are following you. So you're like, okay, how am I going to get this guy out of here? Or smash attack to move them out of the way, you know? So.
Okay, here's a silly question for you. Are there any enemies in the game that throw bricks at you?
Oh no.
No brick throwers. There's hammer throwers and rocket launchers.
That's too bad. I was hoping for a chance to prove my skills by parrying masonry.
Wowzers.
He's the punster.
You're probably getting a loud thump in a minute, so please don't mind that too much.
Am I going to have to institute penalty boxes?
That was my face palming.
Alright. Well, since I don't want everyone to come away empty-handed, here's what I'm going to do. For all of you who are viewing, the first person to send out a tweet and mention both at Sanctuary Crew and at Interabang Entertainment, and getting people in here, you'll get one of the codes for the game. And you can try it out and please do play it, do review it. It looks like a load of fun. I definitely am going to be trying to dive back into it myself.
Yeah, we're definitely looking for
more kick back into it, maybe?
I haven't even seen you do the dive kick. You should dive kick, man. That's a good move. You have it.
Put that into
do 1 million
chat.
damage?
Not yet.
What was that on?
Put that into chat, and I'll go ahead and tweet that as well. I'll disqualify myself for obvious reasons, but it would be good to get more tweets out.
That would be I wonder if this game could even support something in the way of a dive kick mode, where suddenly everyone just dive kicks. You can tell that I love that game too. Dive kick was so ridiculous, and yet it's just so much fun.
Smizzle.
You have to wonder, how did they... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you gotta do the dive kick, man.
There we go.
I am.
Dive kick.
I am.
Come on, man. Make Uncle Sensei proud. And while you're at it, give him a nickel. He broke again.
Hilarious.
Oh no, Uncle Sensei is my favorite character in Dive Kick. It's all about the switch up with me on that guy.
And a biscuit.
The game is cool. It's fun. Yeah, we need some reviews on the Steam page for sure, especially if you dig the game and you understand how a game is played. You're not just a button masher. It would definitely go a long way.
You know what? I am going to go ahead and pick up a copy right now.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Testing.
I'm great at stealing, blah blah blah.
Cookies and a biscuit.
And no, I'm not thinking my credit card number. I'm not thinking my credit card number out loud, so forget it.
You
Okay, here we
almost
go.
had it.
Yeah,
And installing.
I was getting ready to steal it from you, you know what I mean? So I could buy like 10 copies of the game. Are you guys gonna be at Comic-Con? Anyone?
Sadly, I am not in a position where I can go to cons right now. My schedule's too work-focused.
If the next one I'm planning to get to, if I can get things sorted out in time, is going to be Otakon myself.
Die hit people, guy! I saw your comment.
What's Otakon?
Otakon?
Otakon.
It's the big anime convention out in Baltimore.
Okay.
Also the origin of the name for a certain Metal Gear Solid character, Otacon.
Oh,
I was wondering about that.
Yes, he is directly actually referencing that as a wink and a nudge.
Like one of my Japanese animes! Oh, splattered.
There you go.
That was a nice one. Have you ever thought about something like this, but co-op?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but this originally was co-op. It's just resources.
Right. Understandable. Completely understandable.
It takes a lot. Like, so Adult Swim was really awesome in that they helped us with a lot of the testing in the game. We have 5 main developers. We have a lot of people on the team, but a lot of them are animators and artists. But as far as like technical aspects of the game, developing technical aspects, programming, level design, there's only 5 of us. So the game has a lot of content, and we weren't able to do a lot of the testing ourselves. So Adult Swim had their own internal testing team. And they also did outsourcing for testing, and that helped us a lot.
Nice.
But when you're doing multiplayer testing, it definitely takes a lot more effort to do, especially when physics are concerned and different aspects of the game, like abilities and things like that. It would have taken us like twice as long to get the game out. And I mean, that's what we would really love to do, and we're thinking about doing that for console releases, and we're working on for the console. But it just depends on our time, resources, and how smoothly the development goes for that.
Totally understandable.
What,
I'm just thinking... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Seon.
What consoles are you planning on getting this out on? I'm assuming the big ones, but you know, I'm curious.
We would love to get it on PlayStation 4. We would love to get it on Xbox One. All the new consoles. Wii U would be interesting, but I don't know. Like, I'm not exactly sure. We'll see about that one. I think the best system, but not sure how we would do this because it's not as easy on Unity, would be the 3DS. That would be really fun.
That'd be really cool. I could see you guys using the 3D to make the sticker effect look very interesting with that, especially if you were able to get that flip over that you wanted and peeling off.
Yeah. So we're targeting the big two right now, you know, and we'll see where that goes. But right now we're just focusing on the Steam one and trying to get the community involved and try to get more people playing the game and understanding the mechanics and having fun with it. It seems like you guys get it, which is really cool. You guys understand how the game works, and so once we have more support like you guys checking it out, then that will allow it. It'll make the transition because that's what platform holders are looking for. They're looking for whether you have community playing the game, how people like it, you know, things like that. And it's kind of a slow burn, you know. We don't have, like I said, we don't have a ton of like marketing capital to run with this. Adult Swim is really using their voice to get it out, but they still don't have a ton of like marketing capital as far as their games division. So it's kind of it's an organic process, and once we kind of get that handled, then it'll be easier for us to hit up our contacts that we already know at Sony and Microsoft and say, yeah, we're ready to, put this game out there. How can we work with you?
I definitely feel this is me just because of what I've been seeing lately as far as my friends go, but I dare say it'll probably be easier Sony, if only because, my God, they have been embracing indie like crazy lately. How many major indie titles have seen released on the PlayStation 4?
Yeah, I mean, they're really...
Rogue Legacy, Octodad, Deadliest Catch. They're not out yet, but Axiom Verge and Chasm. Oh my God, I am so looking forward to those.
Yeah, they have a good lineup. I've talked to their people and I know a lot of their people work there, and yeah, they're really cool. Microsoft is definitely stepping their game up. They've already given us dev kits, which really says something about their program. So I definitely wouldn't count them out. And I think that all of the main console owners, they know that this is kind of where things are going.
Well, and I imagine again, it seems like you guys, got your start as being part of the fighting game community, and you showed this off at EVO. From my experience, you've got a lot more fighting gamers on the consoles, and not so much on PC necessarily. Sometimes, maybe once you guys can get the game on there, maybe you'll suddenly see like a few wars too.
Yeah, that's definitely a challenge, I think, with Steam games. There's certain games that hit right, and roguelikes, first-person shooters, extremely customizable games. Like, those are the games that hit, especially games that you don't need a controller for. Those are the games that hit really well on Steam, and not always these type of games where they're Twitch-based, because people are still trying to use flight sticks and Steel Battalion, dash boards, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
gotta build up that critical mass.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge, and I don't know if you've seen the Steam marketplace. The floodgates are pretty much open now, so getting visibility.
Yeah.
Visibility is very much like that, the App Store now, where you have to fight for the top capsule, you have to fight for presence, day one, and it's not easy to come by now. And your first day sales, your launch sales, kind of dictate where you're going to be placed. And for someone like for us, where we have kind of a niche game for hardcore fans, we may not see the launch that we expected, but it's the long tail of getting, like I said, like I keep continuously saying, is getting a community of people understanding the play mechanics and enjoy this game in the near future.
Yeah, one of the big problems with Steam right now is that it's starting to look like the old days with the Atari 2600. There's just so much stuff and so much of it that you have good games like this that are just not getting noticed.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of like simulator games that are just shoveled out also. Like,
Yeah.
Farm, Giraffe,
Goat.
3000 type shit, and it's like, it's cool, but it's just getting shoveled, you know, due to them already having games out.
Cookies and a biscuit.
Goat Simulator is hilarious though, but I'm just saying, like, some of the other games.
I hear ya. I only own 2 simulator games, Tabletop and Goat.
What's Tabletop?
Tabletop Simulator is basically what the name says on the tin. It's for simulating tabletop game environments. So you got like your Chinese checkers, you can do various card games, you can do a Dungeons and Dragons session. It like uses physics so you can actually like physically roll dice and stuff. It's actually kind of neat. And
that sounds
because I
awesome.
know Danny would love it.
You can flip a table!
Yeah,
What?
to flip the table that effectively ends the game, so most people
Who
tend to
made
have that
that?
option off. I have to double check actually.
You can flip a table, that's the best part for me.
The release information says, Berserk Games.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got a few copies from a few of my friends a while back. One of these days, I'm hoping we can actually do a Monopoly game on it. Somebody has made
And Cards Against Humanity.
not Monopoly.
And Cards Against Humanity.
Someone's made a Monopoly? That's awesome.
Considering the official version of Monopoly lacks multiplayer, yeah. I mean, seriously, how can you put Monopoly on Steam and not include online multiplayer? That's just like,
Really?
That is
It's
failure.
not online multiplayer? That's crazy.
yeah, it's Monopoly on Steam is hot seat multiplayer only, no online.
That doesn't make sense on a PC game.
I know, right?
I remember playing Monopoly on Genesis.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And it was so
Yeah, I was an SNES kid myself. That's what I had it for.
Well, I see lots of puzzles where you have to smack crates into switches. So it looks like the game's going to make you think outside the box so much.
Yeah, this level is called Buttons and Crates.
Well, that's just great.
Fantastic.
The shame it's not buttons and goats. Because then truly, Danny here would be having difficulty.
Buttons
I
and
don't know,
Crates.
it's like pretty boxed in.
Die!
It is.
Why don't you smash the thing underneath? Oh, never mind. I'm like telling you how to play. You did it. Did it well. You got a lot of crates. Get that cash. Man.
Now
That
it is
will
boxed
kill
in.
you.
Get that cake. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, well, I refuse to go out tonight without giving away at least one of the code. So, from the viewers who are in, I'm going to select one person at random.
Ah, destruction.
Task complete.
Yeah! Task complete!
Alright, so it's Famenha Video? Famenha Video? I don't know how to pronounce that. If you're watching and you're interested, send a message to first wave your hand in chat. Okay,
Yeah.
if you're still paying attention to
Yeah.
see if you want it.
Actually, yeah.
Crispy.
He can chat first. Give him a moment or two to come to life. Ah.
Also, I don't know why, whenever I see him grin, I get Dan Hibiki vibes off him. Mind you, Dan's one of my favorite characters in Street Fighter. Yeah, I play Dan, and I'm okay with that.
Gas through seems useful.
Okay, apparently, since Famin is apparently not paying attention or has the volume muted and can't hear us,
Pass it on to someone else.
Yep, and let's see here.
Ooh, Hill Parry.
All right, SS Trippy. Trippy, are you there? Are you paying attention tonight?
Ooh, auto parry. Oh well.
Give it a minute. Sound off. Trippy.
Yeah, I would try and type in chat myself, but if I do anything, it would...
Oh, okay, Famin's awake. Famin's awake.
Pretty much, if I...
You've won a code.
If I try to do something, it's gonna pretty much pause the game.
Yeah, no worries. That's why I elected myself to do this. Aside from being our Twitter guru here. All right. I'm going to private message you on my Twitch account. And they just got to redeem this through Steam, right?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Combos!
Task start.
Famina video, you should see that in your Twitch inbox. Just redeem the code on Steam, and you are good to go with the game. Do, make sure to review it, give it a good score. I want to see these guys succeed. Definitely looks like a fun game. Definitely gonna have to mess around with it some more.
Oh hey, there's a hidden area, or a hidden part.
Scrubtacular.
Oh god, spikes! Why? Why spikes?
You gotta jump on those balls, you know what I mean?
Oh god.
Oh, thank God I made it!
You're maneuvering on those balls pretty good, dude.
Thank you. I did not want to touch those spikes. Spikes and I do not get along. See BBB and every damn thing else involving spikes.
Scrubtacular.
Oh, punched him right through that wall.
Here we go.
He hit a spike, huh?
Piece of
Yeah, it looks like it.
Did him real dirty.
Smizzle.
Oh, no, he didn't die.
Nah.
Yeah, those guys are aggressive. Yeah, you got him.
Trying to get Danny with the rush down there.
Yeah, those guys are definitely rushed down, dude.
Testing.
What other moves did you buy?
Scrubtacular.
You're not using any moves. You don't have to.
Biscuit.
Oh, he got the pile driver.
Smizzle. Testing.
Ah, okay.
Testing.
Oh, good.
Pretty much as soon as I figure out how to use the lariat, I should be good.
Are you using an analog stick or are you using the D-pad?
D-pad. Oh, rather, I'm using my 360.
Alright, so this is one of the things I was talking about. Like, so you have... I mean, back forward and then attack real quick.
Alright, here we go. Down, B button, that is in mid-air, so power drive, okay. Why did it not do that?
So I'm being told to pass on from a hawk. I imagine if you tried to sell this game for $100, people might have had a bit of sticker shock.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go. More puns from the Sanctuary True Immortal Punster.
Back smash, so back and smash, okay. Down smash.
That's actually a good one, though. I like that one. That one's
Yeah.
not as corny as the brick tossing.
Yeah, no. Sometimes he has some fairly good ones. Other times he has some fairly cheap ones. But that's why we
that
love
one hit the nail on the head. You know what I'm saying?
him.
Sound like Santa Claus with that one.
merry fight for.
Scrub
That would have
tackler.
been last week, I suppose.
Piece and a biscuit.
That's looking like some pain down there.
Fantastic. Scrubtacular. Scrubtacular. Fantastic.
Yay, I got a 1-up.
Scrubtacular. Piece and a biscuit. Scrubtacular.
I wouldn't have let him get that close. I would have just totally drop kicked that wrecking ball right into the guy before he got to me.
Oh,
That one's
no,
corner real dirty.
Okay, why do I not like where this is going? So, let's see.
Oh boy.
Fantastic.
Oh, your best friend, Spikes.
You got this.
No, that was not bad.
That's like super simple.
Until that happens.
Rumble and spikes. You know what I'm saying?
Scrubtacular. Two-piece and a biscuit.
Wow. You almost got tooted and booted.
Yep.
Ah, okay. Oh god, no, more spikes. No!
Oh boy, I'm worried what I'm about to see happen.
Motherfucker, are you serious? Ah! Are you serious?
This dude just waited.
No!
Eddie, there needs to be some forward momentum, otherwise you ain't going nowhere.
That is hilarious.
God damn it!
Oh, whoops, I shouldn't have actually smashed that until I could jump up here. Derp. Unless, wait, can I wall jump?
Oh, are you playing now too?
Yep.
Nope, there we go.
That's hilarious.
Hell, if you want to switch off at some point, Danny, just say the word, I'll take over. Ow, 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 oh god! Got people on both sides, not good.
Alright, you said you want to give it a shot, Retro?
What?
You said you want to give it a shot, Retro?
I already am, technically.
No, I mean as far as with streaming as well.
If you don't feel like embarrassing yourself any further, I can jump in. I'm just doing the training level.
Shots fired.
One, I'm gonna stab you. Two, I will make you eat those words.
Oh, the gloves are off now.
Why don't you see if you can do better than me then, huh?
Challenge accepted, bro.
Alright. Alright,
One
first let me clear the stage. And then I will pass the baton to you.
Sure thing. Just make sure everything is working right really quick on my end.
No! More spikes! No! Oh my god!
I don't think you were expecting this to happen tonight when you signed up for this, were you?
Smizzle.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all good.
Oh, I need to put a hot key for this because it gets all weird otherwise. But I'll see like I usually do, make sure OBS gets it. Oh, it's getting it.
Oh, you busted the perk out. You're not equipping your perks. You only have one perk.
Yeah, unfortunately the other perks are expensive right now for me to get.
I got you.
Alright, let's see how to get out of this mess here.
Careful.
Scrubtacular. Cookies and a biscuit. Smizzle.
Task complete.
Wait, what's the game?
I think it's using a regular X360 controller.
Which one are you using? Are you just using Woodward?
No, I'm using a Logitech. It's basically a 360 style controller, but with a D-pad that suck like the standard 360 controller. And it can also be either an X input controller or a direct input controller via a switch on the back. So it works for pretty much everything.
Is it corded or?
It's corded.
Okay. 'Cause we have some of those. How's it working?
Oh, it's working fine for me. I've got like 2 of these things because I love them that much.
Any input lag?
Not that I'm noticing, no.
Okay, good. Wow, he got 50 hits. He's busting it open.
I think it was that challenge from Retro.
Let's see if you can hit 100.
Ah!
Oh, lordy lord. You
gotta be doing those down smashes, Danny. You gotta knock them back up.
Oh, you got a 1-up. Nice.
Push the button? This sounds like a job for Struggle. It sounds like a job for, what's his name? Stanley.
Damn.
Stanley loves pushing buttons.
Yeah, why do you think I was screaming in rage?
You gotta use the spikes, man. The spikes are there for a reason.
Yeah, uppercut him into the spikes. right, thanks for watching, Karn. Take care.
But no, truth be told, I love combo-oriented type setups of the sort. I'm a huge fan of Devil May Cry, for example. The good one, not two. In fact, there is no two. The guy who said two doesn't exist.
Yeah, two.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, good lord, even the reboot attempt by Ninja Theory was better.
I know I'm behind. You must have died again. But it looks like you're getting it though. You've almost beat them all.
The only thing I really know so far, it seems like there's not a lot of opportunities for hits done when an enemy's attacking. Like, I'm hitting them and they just keep going with their attack animation.
Oh, after you hit them?
Yeah, but it might be because I'm not timing it right. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm still hitting everything.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we just changed. So the next patch gets changed. So what's happening is they have priority over your hit. So their whole animation comes out even though you hit them. They have armor on their attacks.
I gotcha.
But
Armor's not a bad thing to give your enemies necessarily. I'm just thinking maybe it's not for every attack they have.
No, it's only certain attacks, but it's also not exactly clear, and that's what we changed in the next patch.
Smizzle!
Danny, you're getting rubber stumped by the big guy there.
You gotta use your special moves, dude.
It's kind of difficult to use like a dive kick when I'm in the middle of. Oh,
I've got a dive kick and I've forgotten to even use all this time. Thank you for reminding me, even though it's meant for him.
I can't exactly chance using dive kicks right now.
Well, you got people surrounding you, so you got your spinning lariat. You may
I don't have that one.
one.
I don't have
Did you
that.
get a fireball? Because that would be good for.
I don't have fireball. The one I got was I used the attack that lets me. Hold on, review.
Task start!
So from the combo store, I bought dive kick, pile driver, which I haven't got a chance to use successfully, and heel parry. Oh wait, got it. That would figures why it hasn't been working. Hold on. I forgot to actually equip the heel parry. Okay.
You can also do you have enough money to at least buy like something like the spinning lariat or something you can use on the ground? Because right now you've got just the aerial attacks, which is probably what's also giving you trouble too.
Yep. Don't have enough for anything. I probably have to do a level over again to see if I can get some more money out of it. Yeah, spinning lariat would be really useful by now. So, let's see if I can do one of the areas again.
Now, how would I get up there? wait a minute. Actually,
I might have to bounce it a little bit. I'm not exactly sure how long you guys are streaming for.
Scrub
We can keep going if you need to take off, but we definitely had fun with you here.
oh, definitely.
We definitely are gonna try and we're definitely gonna try and get some hype going on this game. Because I mean, I'd say you hit it with us.
Cool, yeah. Like again, I can't say it enough. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. We
and
tried.
It was great, speaking with you guys. If you guys need any more keys for your fans, let us know. And yes, if you guys dug the game as reviewers and streamers, make sure to recommend it. And the more comprehensive the review is on Steam, the better.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking to engage with the community and adjust the game to make it the best product possible.
Definitely, man. I mean, again, I think I speak for a lot of us here who may not be in the voice chat with us, but, it's definitely fun getting some insight in it. You definitely seem like you got a grasp on what you want from the game and what you want to be. So I definitely say, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of what you guys are doing us in the future.
Awesome. Definitely look forward to it, and keeping in touch with you guys.
And it was definitely nice.
If we're ever hitting the same comms, any of us, we'll definitely make sure to drop by, give you guys some hype.
Cool.
Yeah, especially at this point, these guys are more likely going to be able to do it at this point rather than I, because I will be out of state. This is probably the last. Evo was likely the last time you'll be able to physically see me for a good number of years.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Pretty much
Also, I don't know if anyone in the chat is going to Comic-Con. We'll be on the Tekken floor, Mad Cats at San Diego Comic-Con, showing off the game. We'll have some giveaways and some contests. So, yep.
All right. Definitely.
Nice.
So,
Sounds
any
good.
of you who are watching going to be at San Diego Comic-Con, check them out. And definitely hit them up, let them know you got them here, because the game just looks awesome.
Well, I'm signing out.
All right. Take care, man.
Take care.
Awesome
And
talking
thanks
with
for
you.
joining in.
All right, bye.
Smizzle.
And I thank you guys for joining in with us while we had Justin with us.
Scrub-tacular.
Okay. Hey, Retro, since you want to say you can do better than me, I'm going to toss it over to you.
Alrighty.
1 sec.
Make sure I have the right settings here for it.
So, people do not leave right now. I'm going to set this over to Retro. Well, actually, no. I'll wait till he's ready.
Should be ready now.
Alright, I'm passing the torch over to Retro here. Thanks for watching me and seeing me die a lot. Yeah. Retro, you're